Tina here, and I'm excited to be able to talk through one of my favorite strategies. I'm getting ready to do it in real time here. Here's why I'm sharing this with you is because you know I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm a strategist to the core. And the reason why I love strategy so much is because it gives us a duplicatable way, right? We don't want to just be able to hit success one time. We want to be able to duplicate success. So what strategy does is it gives us a step-by-step process to be able to duplicate success in a way that we actually can do it over and over again. So here's what I'm going to share with you today, one of my favorite strategies. And the reason why this strategy is so important is because often if you're hustling, if you're ambitious, you find yourself with a laundry list of things to do, or maybe they're plugged into your project management tool somewhere. But the point is that we often as humans, right, and everybody does it, we get distracted, or we find ourselves doing things that actually don't move the needle. We find ourselves doing things that aren't the main thing. We find ourselves, as Jim Rohn says, majoring in the minors. And so the idea here is this, is that I'm going to show you my strategy. I'm going to write it out in real time. I'm resetting my board to be able to keep the main thing the main thing. You've got to keep the main thing the main thing. Because here's what I know for a fact, 80-20 rule. There's 20% of the activities in your business, in your day-to-day life that produce 80% of your results. And here's the thing. If you don't keep those 20% in the forefront, you're going to get distracted. Ask me how I know, because that was me. Shiny ball syndrome, more money syndrome, whatever those syndromes are that distract you and pull you away from the things that you need to be doing. So I'm going to give you an exercise today so that you can always keep it in the forefront. It's really simple, but I think you'll enjoy it. Ready? Let's get to it. Right? Scoreboard. The idea here is that with the scoreboard, we're trying to keep score of our life. Okay? So we're going to put here, keep the main thing, really important. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's what it is. Okay, so now we've got to define 20% of your efforts affect 80% of your results. So your job is to first define what are the 20% efforts. So you may have to stop the video, but whatever it is, for example, if it's business and entrepreneurship, what are the 20% of the things that you do that create 80% of your revenue? So if that means that when you post on social media and you create really good content, I'm not talking about just post. I'm talking you create quality content, you see 80% of your leads come in that way, or a majority of your leads come in that way. Well, that would be one of the pieces of the effort that you need to do on a regular basis, right? Maybe it's LinkedIn, maybe it's communicating with people, maybe it's texting back into your old network. You've got to figure out what they are. Before you put it on here, I just want you to write it down on a piece of paper. Here's what's next. Give you a third of the sheet of paper, and I just want you to write it, draw a line just like this, all the way down, okay? And on this side, I want you to put, let's give another line here. And at this point, our paper should look like this, okay? Now here, over here, I want you to figure out and define what the category is. Because for some of you, you're trying to keep score in a few different places in your life. It's not just business. So I want to give you some space to define what it is in various areas of your life. So for example, let's say we're going to put here categories. Okay? And then the first category, let's just say for F, is health. That's your first category, okay? So I want you to draw another line here, okay? It should look like this. This is your health, okay? Another category, I want you to put business. So you know the deal. We're gonna take our line and go all the way over, okay? Business. Another thing here, whatever, so on and so forth. So for you, let's say it's family. Maybe something else you want to keep track of. So these are the three categories that we're going to keep score in, right? You got to keep score on what matters. Scoreboard categories that we're keeping score in. You've already predefined what the categories are in your life, and you've already predefined what the activities are. If you haven't done that, I need you to stop the video, write your categories, and I need you to actually put what are the things, what are the activities that I do on a regular basis that have the maximum impact on these categories. So maybe for you, if it's family, so maybe it's when I do these few key activities with my family, I find that we have maximum fun. Whatever those key activities are, that's what you keep score of. health. You know what things that you do. When you do those things, your health is just better. You feel better. Whatever they are, document them. A week scoreboard. So every week, guess what you do? We are keeping track every single day. We're saying, I don't want to get a new sheet every week. Don't get caught up in the little stuff, right? The idea is that if you can get a sheet and reset a sheet every week and it would change your life, do it. Don't get caught up in the little stuff. Let me say that again. This is a week scoreboard. So every day you're keeping track and then you reset the board every single week. For example, let's say you want to drink 7 cups of water a day, right? Well, guess what? There's 7 days in a week. So that means every day we should be keeping track. How many we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess what? At the end of the week, if you do not have 7 tally marks, it's very clear based on the scoreboard that you did not win or hit your target this week for cups of water. See how simple this is? So the idea is you're keeping score. Every morning you have to look up and see, dang, this week I missed my goal. The point is though, you're keeping the main thing the main thing. So anytime you try to do something else, add something else to this, you've already defined. Water is the thing that makes you feel good. So before you go spend money on some supplements, spend money on something else, keep the main thing the main thing. Water is what changes your life, so keep track of water. Business, posting on social media, right? Reaching out to partners and pitching yourself. Whatever it is, every day you track, okay, my goal is to send 3 pitch emails or 3 new conversations per day with potential business owners, potential people that I can work with. So every day you hit your 3, you keep score. This is another variation. This one is specifically for my business. So what I've done here is I've broken out everything in my business, my key components I've got here. These are the 4 key things that I've identified that move the needle for me. When I do these 4 things, everything else falls into place. So the idea is that once you create this variation of the scorecard, if you choose to make one scorecard per category in your life, then you would then fill it out for every day of the month, Monday through Friday. Every month, I can then change the month. All I have to do is add tally marks. This month is February. When I would write February here, when you get ready for the day, this is Monday, I can put the amount of tally marks that I did for outbound. I can put the amount of videos that I created. I can put how many hours I engaged. I can put how much time I spent on personal development. Next day we move to Tuesday. Tuesday, how do we do? Wednesday, we had 1. Thursday, we had 0. Friday, we caught back up and had 5. Check this out, just with outbound alone. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We missed Thursday, but we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 1 week. I want you to imagine how much your business can change if you made 13 new outbound engagements. Like, my hope is that you understand. Imagine if the thing that actually gets you the most results, you keep score in it and you do it every single day, drastically how much your business and your life can change. So remember, don't get caught up in how. What's most important is that you actually have a scorecard and that you keep scores. All right, now that you have learned the scoreboard formula, the scoreboard strategy, I'm empowering you to use this. Keep it somewhere where you can see it, whether it's in your office, and even if you have duplicate versions, maybe you need to keep one in your office and you need to keep one in your home so you can see it when you wake up. Maybe you need to have it as a screensaver in the back of your phone. The point is that you've got to keep the scoreboard in front of you. Keep track, keep score. Every single day you're adding tallies to make sure that when you wake up in the next morning, when you wake up the next day, you're seeing more points added to the scoreboard. You've got to keep score. If you don't keep score, you won't know if you're winning. And that's what's important, is that we want you to win. I want you to dominate. I want you to crush it. I want you to make it happen. And Scoreboard is a way where you can keep the main thing, constantly see your progress. And then when you're not making tally marks on that scoreboard, you're clear what's happening. When you get back to the bottom line, you get back to your budget and you get back to your revenue and you say, man, something isn't happening this week, or why aren't we moving, or why isn't the needle moving, or why aren't we making money? You have something you can look back to and say, you know what, this scoreboard is showing us that we're not keeping the main thing, because we don't have nearly as much tallies as we should, right? So that's the idea of this. Not only will you keep yourself accountable, but you'll have a way to trace back what's really happening in your business, what's really happening in your life. Keep score of what matters. That's what's important, and that's the principle in this video today, is that you've got to keep score of what matters. When you don't keep score, you don't know if you win. And if you're not winning, you're not dominating, and you're not living at your highest potential. So keep going, keep grinding. I'll see you on the next video. Out.